Hello, Aries, and welcome to your December 2025 tarot card reading. We are going to get started as we typically do with an oracle card, get a sense of the energy you're moving into for this December. Now, the spirit animal guide will be the overarching theme. And we have a few other ones we'll talk about in a minute. All right, Beaver Spirit, lay a solid foundation. Okay, it's a hardworking animal, and building a solid foundation is the key to withstand all kinds of turbulence and, unusual events, unexpected things. Sounds like a little bit of what Uranus can do for everybody. So let's talk about that. But before I get ahead of myself, I'm going to go ahead and lay out 8 cards for this month. 4 cards in the first row and then another 4 in the second row. And those 4 cards will represent the weeks, the energy that you're bringing in, and of course the environment energy. So let's begin. Okay, 8 of Wands, the Empress, the Tower, and the Devil. Okay. So right off the bat, I know that we are all excited that Mercury has now turned direct and some of the other planets have as well. That means we don't really feel like we're stuck in the mud anymore, right? We're able to move forward for some progress, and also prepare for some of these unexpected events that are going to be happening. But because you laid a solid foundation, you'll be fine. In fact, I think what's really interesting for you, mostly this month, the themes with your build a solid foundation will be around the 10th house. And the 10th house is going to be illuminated because Sagittarius and Capricorn, the 9th and the 10th house for you, Aries, is really where most of the planets are going to be. So there's a lot of, planet power that's going to ask you to adjust and to rise to the occasion when necessary. So we know that Mercury, which is what this 8 of Wands is indicating to me, enters into Sagittarius, and it's moving direct. And you're going to love this energy. 1, because Sagittarius is another fire sign like you. 2, because what is Sagittarius vibe? It is about fun, optimism, excitement, adventure, and just moving forward. And you definitely can get behind that. So this will be an opportunity for you to embrace that. But I will point out the devil over here with some unhealthy attachments. Beware. Don't perhaps celebrate or go overboard with your adventures. A little bit of moderation, which, by the way, is a major arcana card that Sagittarius does support, and Jupiter. So beware of that. The other thing that you're going to have to beware of is your ruler, Mars. Now, Mars is the god of war, and I know that the Tower can indicate Saturn, it can indicate Pluto, and also Mars. Uranus, turbulence, unexpected, disruptions. And Mars is, you're used to Mars because that's your ruler. And Mars usually paves the way for you, right? Gets things moving for you, clears, things out so that you're able to move forward in the style that you prefer, which is interesting because that's what the Tower is representing. But you're going to have to be careful because Mars is really not going to get along with a few other planets, especially Neptune and Saturn, which happen to be in Pisces. So, you're going to have to keep some peace. Now, the Empress showed up, which is really quite lovely energy. This is Venus, and Venus is about love and peace and harmony and abundance. And power, but she has a subtle power. So because she showed up in your reading, I am going to suggest that the message for you is to, yes, regain your power. Mars is definitely the god of war, your ruler. You're number one in the zodiac, and you like to lead, and that's fine. But you can lead it in a more harmonious way, in a more peaceful way. It doesn't have to be tearing down things to move ahead for your personal agenda. Remember, lay a solid foundation for yourself, because when it becomes too disruptive or too chaotic or too impulsive, things can come undone, as you're well aware of. Now, I know that also your professional life or how you show up in your public image is definitely under purview. So the 9th house and 10th house, again, is holding a bunch of planets that are going to support this part of your journey for December. But let's go ahead and see if we can get some additional cards for some additional guidance and clues as to exactly what you're moving into. Okay. 6 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, the World, all right, and the 9 of Wands. So we have a little precious moment over here with the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups represents sentimentality, your childhood, things from your past, sentimental journeys, people and places and things. And it's interesting because we just now have our planets moving forward that have been in retrograde. But it takes a while to get things going. So I think during these retrograde periods, some people and some places from our past were definitely kind of upfront and personal and really taking a center theme to our story. And of course it's December, and we just got over Thanksgiving, where we meet and gather with our friends and our relatives, and of course Christmas and New Year's is right around the corner, and we do more of the same. So I do think that you're going to be surrounded by some love and some support, and some of it's going to be a little sentimental, maybe a little melancholy from people who've moved on, including yourself. But this can be a very peaceful, right, loving, embracing time. So enjoy that. But I love that you're concentrating on that professional life, because remember what I told you about the planets being in a Capricorn. The sun, and of course we're going to have your ruler going into Capricorn as always, and then Venus, the goddess of love over here, is moving into Capricorn on Christmas Eve, the 24th, the end of this month. So there's a lot of emphasis on how you're showing up. And I love the World, because this is a self-mastery card. And when you're talking about Capricorn and career and public image and leadership roles and community, we do look at how that shapes your image, how that shapes your public personality. And so Aries, you're going to have a new start on all areas of your life, of course. And we know that you're going to be experiencing some extremely different and an almost unbelievable new starts in life, because you're going to have Saturn and Neptune coming back into your sign in January and February. And that is the beginning. We're starting off with number 1 zodiac sign and the number 1 area of Saturn and Neptune, and we're beginning the story all over again. So this is a very trailblazing time for you. So it's real important for you to reshape this image, this devil image, where people had you attached to maybe not such healthy enterprises, not such healthy outcomes. It's your opportunity to build this new image that you're busy working on, right? And that this World card says you've now self-mastered. Remember, this is the end of a specific journey, which this is so prolific for you, because again, when Saturn and Neptune come into your sign January and February, this is the beginning of a whole new cycle for the whole zodiac. These planets have not moved in this alignment in like hundreds of years, and they're not going to come back. So this is going to be a powerful time, and you're going to be leading it because you're the first one in the zodiac. So this is saying that you have mastered some things, that you have gained the experience and the feather, and you know the accolades that's so richly deserved. And you're looking over here saying, I got to protect this, you know? I don't want to be associated with this type of energy anymore. I want to have the recognition and the promotion and the title, and I want all of the abundance to follow me. And it looks like that is exactly what's happening for you. I love this. This is a beautiful start for a very rocky, turbulent, sudden, impactful, changing month, but you are going to come out of it new and improved. You are going to be 2.0 Aries. I'm liking this. Let's go ahead and see if we can get one other message before closing this out. Opening to love. My heart is open. Oh, isn't that lovely? I like that. Listen, we concentrate on a lot of things, but the goddess of love is in your reading, and she's moving into Capricorn with the rest of the planets, including Mars. So the end of December, if you're open to it, you can be prepared for it and expect it. Hope it resonates. If it has, please like, share, and subscribe. Wishing you all balance, peace, and harmony. Take care now.